These days, one has to be careful not to just jump into any discourse. You have to pick your words. Otherwise, you will find yourself bundled by the police, maybe at midnight, and taken either to Abuja or to Ekiti or to wherever any god of man may be at that point in time. I will not be surprised because of the pervasive influences, because of the suborned judiciary that we have in Nigeria. They might find him guilty and say he should go and spend 2 years in jail. People are already flooding to Ekiti. Ekiti is about four hours from Lagos to go and pay homage to somebody described the person as the god of Ekiti. Criminal defamation is becoming a weapon of intimidation, a weapon of, if you like, aggression against free speech. Baba has to be careful because he has built his integrity, his personality. I love him. He's a brilliant lawyer. If you have built your career for the past 60, 70 years, will you now sacrifice all that on the altar of pettiness, chasing over a Delerotimi? Baba should be careful that he doesn't fall. He should tread carefully. Why must it be a criminal offense for somebody to express himself in this country?
Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to Eke React. I don't come again with the latest trending topic in Nigeria. Veteran Nigerian entertainer Charles Opota, aka Charly Boy, don't want say if activist Derofa Rotimi no get bail today, which is 20th of December, say dem go release information about Afe Babalola. Una go remember say Farotimi been aligned on December 4th for allegedly publishing a book titled Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System, where he accused Babalola say him corrupt the judiciary and also arrange judgments for Supreme Court. Farotimi talk say him no dey guilty of the 16 charges and dem still carry am go prison, where him don dey since then. Let me allow you guys to watch this video, but if you are new to this channel, please subscribe because subscription is free, and also drop your own opinion on the comment section.
The point I'm making is the truth might be an offense, but it is not a sin. When you are told the objective truth of your reality, assess the truth you have been told. Embrace the reality of that truth and then work to change it if you don't like it. Now, what is the truth? You see, the amazing thing about the truth is that the era of the truth knows that it is the truth, even when it is revelatory truth. So the truth really does not require much by way of definition. Me and you, we know the truth. Truth must be distinguished from facts. Facts might change. Facts might evolve. Even truth might become even evolutionary in its revelation. But the point I'm making to you is the truth does not require any definition. But if you want to take it a little deeper, the truth is God. How about that? And I'll tell you why I say the truth is God. There is an immortal nature to the truth. The truth simply is immortal. If it is true today, it is true in 1,000 years from now. Facts may change. The truth does not change. It might become revelatory, and you might find more and more layers to the same truth. That is the essential nature of truth. But why is it that unconscionable men always hate the truth? It is the immortal nature of truth that irritates the demons in them. All men, regardless of how powerful or rich we might become, we are mere mortals, creatures in time. We will die someday, whether that be now or in 100 years' time. Each and every one of you alive and hearing me in this moment would all be dead in 100 years' time. That is just the reality of life. But the truth that I might speak today would live for an eternity, because it is simply the truth. It endures in the God Almighty, the ultimate author of the truth. So here is the thing with you demons who get irritated when I speak. I am not a saint. I am imperfect. I am completely given to my carnality like each and every one of you. But unfortunately for you, I have an incurable inability to see the truth that affects us as a people and find an inability to speak it. That's my offense. But the truth that I speak, they're not mine. They're simply the words that have been given to me to speak to you. Let me remind you, and I'll say this, I would explain this by giving you not an anecdote, but something that happened between myself and my PA. So I asked my PA about, I think, a couple of years back, why do you struggle to repost my Facebook posts on the anniversary of those posts? And she went, but you've repeated them for years. I said, no, there is a reason why I do this. And I would explain the reason to each and every one of you today. Sometime, when you live in an environment as evil as the one that we have created in Nigeria, you have a duty to establish the truth. In establishing the truth, you repeat it. You say it repeatedly. In the face of the opposition to that truth, you continue to speak it. Now, if I told you something 8 years ago when I became active on Facebook, if I told you with absolute clarity that this is what you are doing and this is what would happen, and these things are happening in my lifetime and you're here to see it, and I keep saying these things to you over and over, and you continue to refuse to listen, I have a duty to stand as a witness against each and every one of the reprobates in high offices, in low offices, myself and my friend included. I have a duty to speak that truth, or I become as convicted as you all are in the evil that has overtaken us. So if the truth I speak irritate the demon in you, die. Because I ain't gonna stop until I die. But you know what? Even long after I am dead, the truths I have spoken will live. Even when my bones have turned to dust, the truths I have been given to speak, they will live. So let me be clear about something. The truth does not die in darkness. The truth cannot be killed. Even when you kill the truth teller, let us be clear about something. You see, when you bury the truth, all that you will succeed in doing is to plant a seed. If you then make the error of offering martyrdom to the truth teller, what you guarantee is your own hands, each and every one of you. When the time comes, we will speak to your evil. It's not time yet, but let me explain something to you about the nature of truth. The nature of truth is that you simply cannot kill it. I think it's the Washington Post as its motto, democracy dies in darkness. If we were in a democracy, I'll be talking to you about democracy dying in darkness. But we're not in a democracy. We're not in a country ruled by law. We're not in a place where people understand the fact that if you do not build a rule-based society, no matter how much wealth you gather in vain. You gather in vain. The first condition of the human spirit is the demand for justice. Now, when we talk about justice, Because what I'm currently going through, which I can tell you straight away, is coming from reactions to my latest book, which is centered on the judiciary. You see, the beautiful thing about the truth is this. It is sufficient both as a sword and as a defense. And the amazing thing is that when you tell the truth, every time you tell the truth in the service of the God Almighty of all creation. Whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, whatever you choose to believe or not believe in, the reality is that when you tell the truth, you are walking in the services of God Almighty, and He will keep you, He will watch over you, He will protect you jealously. Did you hear that? He will protect you jealously. He will do it in manners that even you would know that He is the one that is doing it. So let me tell you this, my brothers and sisters. We all have duties to tell the truth in our own space. If we are to ever have a society worthy of His name, or a country that is fit for habitation, one that we can properly bequeath to our children, we have to be guided by the truth. Now, it's not always convenient, but talk is not cheap. The truth must be spoken, and you must always keep this in mind. Now, when you speak the truth, a whole lot of people will not be happy with you. Some will be unhappy simply because, your truth collides with their illusions. Some will be unhappy because the truth you speak does not fit into the narratives that they prefer. Some will be unhappy because the truth you speak brings light into a dark place. Because as the Surat Al-Nur will tell you, when you have light, ignorance disappears. Ignorance is a weapon in the hands of those who would keep you in bondage or oppressed. And ignorance brings darkness. Every time you have heard ignorance or chaos depicted spiritually, is almost always depicted as darkness. Now, when you have a society completely overtaken by evil, such as the one in which we live, what you find is that it's not just the lies they tell us that they are looking for us to embrace, but the illusions that they build with those lies, which create alternative realities in the minds of the victims, which I've explained severally as a process of stupefaction. What we all need to understand is that the truths that have been given to us to tell represents the light that we have to shine in this dark space. If we fail to shine those lights, darkness overtakes our space. The preponderance of darkness in Nigeria is as a result of our collective inability to speak to the truth of what we see. It's not only about what Bulaba did, what a governor did. What about what you did? What about what the next man did? What about what you did that affected your neighbors? What about what the powerful man that you serve did and you helped him to do? The lies you helped him to tell, the lies you helped him to reinforce. They're telling lies and you're helping them to repeat it, and then you're standing by it and you know these are lies. NSAS, for instance. NSAS. How many people spoke against their consciences? The last election, how many people spoke against their consciences? And you know the annoying thing? Because they were speaking against their consciences, the truth that some of us spoke, I said it. We spoke the truth. The truth that we spoke annoyed the demons in them. And because it annoyed the demons in them, they must silence me. What for? So let's be clear about something. I will not be silenced. In fact, you can't silence me anymore. See, that's the beautiful part of the day. You cannot silence me anymore. Everything I've had to say about Nigeria, when I was given the gift that God has blessed me with, the moment it was given to me to start writing, and I took on the idea that I must start writing books, a decision was taken, an instruction, I must say. There were 3 books connected to Nigeria that I had to write. Everyone in my space, my wife, my editors, my PA, my friends, every one of them will tell you I was given 3 books to write. The first should have been The Imperative of the Nigerian Revolution. But I also understood that writing that book without context would make it almost impossible for you to understand the nature of the evil forest that we have built as a collective. Myself and all of us included, we built this. It's not just Tinubu, it's not just Babangida, it's not Obasanjo, it's all of us. We all made this mess, and it will take all of us to fix this mess. So I wrote, Do Not Die in Their War. Do Not Die in Their War is meant to introduce you to Nigeria, tell you the truth that you all know, but that you all lie to yourselves and pretend are not there. So I told the tales of the rot, the reality of what we have built. It's an easy read. And a year after its publication, I made it available for free to all of you, for free download. Do Not Die in Their War. Go to my website, delefarotimi.com. Download it for free. It's meant to help you begin to prepare for what was to come, and that was the imperative of the Nigerian Revolution. I made it clear to you in the imperative of the Nigerian Revolution that the only way we can get out of the mess we are in is if we acted as a collective, have common grounds and common purpose, and then walk. Because you can't do this by carrying guns. You won't. The system is happy when you carry guns. Work together to become citizens. That is what I said in the imperative of the Nigerian Revolution. I further broke it down in that book. I said we will take the electoral part, and when the system inevitably refuses to honor our rights as citizens, we should take to the streets. The reasons why that was impossible in 2023 is obvious to all of us. We could not act together as one. Simple. So, we're back where we are. The third in that trilogy is the one that is causing the katakata for some people. They want to bamba. No problem. They are not bambaing with Dele Farotimi. It's not me. If you're looking at me and you think I'm the one you are fighting, you don't kolo. In fact, all your intelligence is stupidity of the highest order. You are not fighting Dele Farotimi. Who am I? Who am I? Just like my mentor, Chibayo Adebanjo, once told Abacha, 1 bullet. You don't need more than that, but God will give you two. And you and I know. Even your marabouts don't tell you. Now I know they hear. You are not fighting Dele Farotimi. Are too small. Are too small. Are too small. Money I not get with any one of you. I barely survive. And I thank God for his grace. I'm just a contented man. I'm not a wealthy man. I am blessed. But not be me on a the fight. You are fighting God. If you don't know it before, make I tell on her. God is tired of all of your madness. Do you hear that? You are not fighting me. I don't have a God complex. That's not what I'm telling you. If you are so stupid that you can't get it into your stupid heads, whether the ones with gray hairs or the ones that are bald-headed and stupid, you're not fighting me. It's not me. Who am I? Who you be? Who I be? What if it take fight you? The one that has been busy running kitty kata kata from a kitty up and down the place, you want to carry me to do what? You go chop me if you carry me. When you are done carrying me, what would you do? You eat me. But before you go even catch me, you say go try. Do you understand? When I am properly required by law, I shall be there. None of honor. Let me be clear. You've hounded some people and they've taken it to exile. I'm going nowhere. Emiati, we'll stay here together. This is the land of my birth. I will run nowhere for any one of you. The truth is sufficient as a weapon and it is sufficient as a shield. That is God. So be clear, you're not fighting daily Farutimi. The day I step out of line, I then employ lies in my advocacy, in my fight against your decadent system, then you have an edge. But I told you years ago, the truth is the only silver bullet by which the monster called Nigeria might be killed. Let me be clear. I will never employ lies against you. I will never ever do anything for self-aggrandizement in my fight against you, but I will defeat you. In fact, you have been defeated, each and every one of you. The truth is the one thing that you can never ever defeat. Go watch Leonidas and 300 again. You know why they could not defeat Leonidas until treachery came? It was a narrow pass. Every time you argue against the truth, you lose. And for the traitors, those who come into the public space and speak as saints, pretending to champion the people's cause, even when you have betrayed their trust. I see you, and I know you. I know your role. Yeah, I know your roles in this, but you're already defeated. Keep that in mind. And know one thing as well. As sure as God liveth, you will also receive your judgment for what you have done with this conspiracy. Now, I am constrained. I will not speak to certain things today. I am constrained. But in due course, a lot of you will understand better. Let me suffice to say that the truth does not die in darkness. The truth cannot even be covered. The truth cannot be covered. You cover it, it blots out. Truth does not die in darkness. It might be covered for a season. And then, remember what Chief Awolowo said, and I think he was paraphrasing someone as well. After the darkest night comes the glorious dawn. That glorious dawn is the truth. The dawning of the truth. But you know something? For truth to be established, it must not only be repeated over and over and over. It must be chorused. If I'm speaking and I'm the lone voice in a wilderness, hear that, lone voice in the wilderness, I must be mad. And you all must be crazy if you leave a man to stay in the wilderness speaking to himself. You must take up the chorus. The truth is useless if it is not chorused. The truth is useless if I do not hear it echoed by those with whom I live in my age. If you are not echoing the truth, then it stands in testimony as witness against you. So I urge you, in your space, speak your truth. Because yes, your pastors and imams are complicit in the evil that has overtaken our land. They normalize it. That's their own job. Normalize it. Pray and fast, all of you. I beg. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.